Hey, Ronnie here for Wheeling in Western Australia. I am currently on my way to the car wash and I'm going to do a video 10 tips on washing your vehicle after a trip, of course. Now this is for four-wheel drives, no doubt, as you would have already guessed. I decided to do this video due to all the requests I've had to, on doing a video on how to clean your car after a trip. Obviously a lot of people have a difficult time to get the mud off. There is no easy way of doing it, but before we get into all the tips and start cleaning the vehicle, I use a product called INOX MX3. This is the stuff I was talking about, INOX 3. I spray this on absolutely everything, mainly the engine bay and then all the chassis rails and all that stuff. You can use it on anything, it doesn't corrode, it doesn't hurt the paint or anything, it's corrosion resistant and protects everything. Stops the sand and salt and mud from sticking to your vehicle as well. I'm not associated with these guys at all, but just for to let you know, this is good stuff. I'll do a review video on it later on probably. Right, so away with that. So let's get into the tips. So tip number one will be use a DIY car wash. When I mean DIY car wash, it's one of these where you don't drive through, you drive into and then you use your own spray and all that. I recommend this because if it's really muddy, you can leave all the mud here, get it all off here, it's not in your driveway, then go home and do a regular wash to save the money. You can finish the whole car here, but it's going to cost you a lot of money because all this mud takes a long time to get off. Now obviously if you just had a day at the beach, you won't need to go to a DIY car wash, just do it at home in your backyard or front yard or whatever you got, just with a garden hose and like you normally clean a car. If your vehicle has been through seawater, as in like not just driving on the beach but in the water, so say the waves have been licking your vehicle, or you have actually driven through a river mouth crossing that had salt water in it, then it's a good idea to stick the hose into your chassis rail and flush the crap out of it. You need to get all the salt out of it. Also clean the undercarriage thoroughly. Number 4, soak the undercarriage of your vehicle first before you do anything else. That way, while you are then proceeding on to cleaning your vehicle from top to bottom, it'll get a chance to loosen up. Then proceed to cleaning the undercarriage and your wheels, and it'll come off a lot easier. Don't forget about the underside of your wheel arches, because if you miss that out, that'll come off later straight onto your tyres as you pull out, and it'll be going all over your vehicle. Also, don't forget to get all the mud out of the inside of your rims on the inside of the vehicle, underneath, because if you don't get it, your tyres will still be out of balance. When using high pressure, in general, don't spray too close to pretty much everything. Because if you spray too close, you risk stripping the paint, not so much on the body of your vehicle, but more of the chassis rail and stuff like that, because that paint, once there's a few stone chips, you get too close, it'll just strip the paint more and you're exposing more metal to the elements, giving you rust, etc. Also, watch out for rubber boots on your CV boots, stuff like that, because they can be torn with high pressure if you get too close. Another thing to be mindful of is the spots where you have grease, like in your grease nipples on your suspension, so any suspension components and ball joints, stuff like that, don't put high pressure right up to it, because you will end up with problems. Tip number 7, cleaning your engine. Make sure that the motor is running for a start. While the engine's running, whack the degreaser on it and hose it down with your garden hose. Then follow the directions on the can. In my case, this one here says leave for 2 to 3 minutes and then hose it off with the garden hose. Do not use high pressure. Never ever use high pressure hose on your engine bay. It can cause all kinds of problems. There are a lot of things that have little seals that can prevent water from coming in from splashes, but when you put that high pressure on it, it'll force its way in. It's not good. don't use high pressure. If this is not enough to get the dirt off the vehicle, then you need more of this. So lather it up with this, engine running, hose it off with this. Another thing you could do as well if it's hard to get off is use a little brush like this. Don't use one that's too coarse. You can even use like your little dustpan broom brush. Use an old one of those because they're a lot softer and they get into all the nitty gritty areas where it might be hard to get off. Another thing that's overlooked a lot is your drain holes in your doors. Make sure they're not blocked. We'll do this while you're cleaning because next time you go through a water crossing, make sure that they're not blocked because then the water can actually escape the door and not get stuck inside the door, causing you problems later down the track. Also check your diff breathers, make sure they're not clogged up with mud, which can happen if you go through those big mud pits and you've got your diff breathers inside your engine bay. It can happen, very rare. But if you only have the ones, factory ones underneath the vehicle, make sure they're not blocked. Waxing your vehicle is also a good idea to do a couple of times a year. I'm not talking about a cut and polish. I'm just talking about a general wax, just to put that clear coat on it. That can help a lot with getting grime and mud off your vehicle. Not only that, tyre shine, but don't put tyre shine on the day before you head on a trip because it's going to attract the dirt, if anything. But tyre shine is good to put on afterwards, especially your spare tyre if it's exposed, because then it won't go all brittle and start crumbling, which happens a lot. Another thing is you have the trim and plastic restorer or rubber as well. This is also good, especially if your vehicle has a lot of plastic on it or rubber. Like the Jeeps, for example, they got a lot of rubber guards, stuff like that. Thankfully, the 70 series, there's a lot of metal on them, so I don't really need this. And then we have the final tip. We're back on this INOX MX3 again, or INOX 3. Now, this stuff here, spray your car after you finish cleaning and the car's dry, obviously. Spray your whole engine bay with this. Spray whatever else you like to spray with it, but mainly the engine bay. Electrical contacts, all that stuff. And that'll help prevent dirt from sticking on your next trip. Now what I do is I'll spray this on after I've cleaned the vehicle, and the day before I leave on a trip I'll spray this again in areas I know that's going to be a problem with dust and grime and mud, etc. It just makes cleaning the vehicle so much easier. This was a highly requested video, so I hope I've answered your questions and I hope you got some good tips from me. If any of you guys think I've left some tips out or you have some other ideas, leave them in the comments below. Always like to hear from you. And thanks for watching. You can subscribe right here. Take care out in the tracks and trails. See ya.